You're listening to Radio Mayapur with the best devotional, meditation, kirtan music, and inspirational podcast. This is Radio Mayapur.
Hare Krishna. Welcome to everybody. Radio Mayapur. It's a link to your heart. We are in Kuala Lumpur. Today is very hot day, 35 degree. We had a beautiful program this morning in the temple with His Holiness Bhanu Swami giving inspiration about the upcoming festival in Nishingadev. And he also glorifies His Holiness Gopal Krishna Maharaj, who has departed last week from this world for going to Vaikunta. Very great personality, was Sister Srila Prabhupada in establishing BBT in India and opening many temples, inspiring thousands of people. So today we are very fortunate to be here in Kuala Lumpur, which is Malaysia. Which I should say, Malaysia is the upgraded version of India because it has a lot of nice roads, nice people, nice mall, nice supermarket. Of course, India is also growing up very nicely. But today we're very fortunate to have with us one very wonderful devotee. His name is Shanti Vardhana Chaitanya, who was born in Taiping Malaysia in 1967. He studied an external degree in the University of Kuala Lumpur, LLB, which is law.
University of London.
Sorry?
University of London.
Okay, sorry. And he's the secretary for Kuala Lumpur Temple. He travels extensively, teaching and doing a lot of wonderful service. And so, Shanti Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Welcome to Radio Mayapur podcast. I am Gangadas, your host. Tell us a little bit. I ask all the people we are doing podcasts, what was your life before you became a spiritualist, you became a devotee? What was your life, where you grew up? Because many times people don't know. They meet you, a lot of wonderful devotees. Plus you say, I usually don't tell these things, but now we are picking into your brain and finding out what you have inside this skeleton inside the closet. No, I'm joking. But tell us what your life, your family, your father, mother, brother, sister, where you grew up.
I'm not a city man.
You grew up in a village?
We grew up in not a village, but a plantation.
Okay.
Rubber plantations.
Okay.
I was born in a town. But my father, he is the chief of staff in plantations. And being a chief of staff, he is an expert in replanting rubber and also oil palms. So every 2 years, he gets transferred. So he will go to a place and then, he will do the replanting there. And then once the place is finished, then he'll be transferred to another place. So we never stayed in one place more than 3 years.
Okay.
We are always like my childhood, that's why I don't have any childhood friends.
Every 3 years you
Every
move
3 years we
friends.
move like that.
Interesting.
But all these places were all plantations. So it was a very wonderful life because it was totally away from the city. And we had very good life. Because he being the chief of staff, so we had like a very big bungalow-like house. And then the house compound, like at least 1 acre like that. So being kids, we had such a big place to play. A lot of trees to climb and, fruit trees and all that. So the moment, we come back from school, we take our food and then mom will chase us out because she don't want, kids running around. Like my brothers, sisters, we were 5 of us and 3 boys. So having 3 kids in the house is like a horrible thing.
Make a big mess.
Make mess,
everywhere.
Noise.
Yeah.
Break things up if we run around the so she'll chase it out of the house.
Just go out and play.
Yeah.
Play football outside.
Yeah. So we had so many games. And if we have nothing to play, then we'll run to the river and jump into the river. So it was really a very fun life we led like that. Very happy life until I finished standard 6. And then after 6, when I went to secondary school, my father thought that, this life is not good for me. It's not good for my education. some or other he felt that among my brothers, sisters, I was a bit more, knowledgeable, intelligent like that. So he said, you better you go and study. So he sent me away to the city to stay with my auntie, my mother's sister. So from 12 years old up to 18 years old, I grew up in my auntie's house, like that. So I got separated from my parents. It was
Hard.
painful,
Yeah, of course.
because that is a time that, a child, I'm learning how to love. Because childhood, we just play.
Yeah.
But teenage is the time you begin to start to, discover love and all these things. But that's the time I miss my parents. So that was like that.
But
Then,
your auntie was nice with you.
yeah, she was very nice.
Okay.
She was very nice to me. I was like a pet.
Yeah, of course.
So it was nice. She took care of me very well. That's great, really. But still, it's not like your parents. It's
Yeah.
always Anyway, so like this, but the years that I spent with my parents, it is still the best years of my life.
You learn a lot from them.
A lot.
In Shastra said the first guru are your father and mother.
Father and
For
mother.
everybody, yeah?
Yeah. My mom, she's a housewife, and she was very dedicated housewife. She would cook 4 meals for us, breakfast, lunch, and then evening, there's always something. And of course, dinner is what is for lunch is cooked.
Yeah, whatever remains.
Remains, or if doesn't, then she'll cook something extra.
Of course.
And because these plantations, they are far away from the town, and our school in the town, we have to leave to school about 6:30
Morning.
in the morning. And so she will get up like 4 o'clock, 4:30 in the morning and cook for us breakfast.
Actually, sometimes today is the Mother Day, we should say.
Yeah.
So let's wish all the mother who are
Yeah.
past, present, and future great
Yeah.
happiness. They give
Yeah.
us so much happiness.
So much happiness,
and
so much love.
dedicated.
Yeah.
Because we don't realize, because we live in a family, you say, okay, what's the big deal? There's something
Yeah.
in the plate to eat.
Yeah.
But when you go away, then you realize, oh, I had to cook, or somebody has to cook, or you have to go
Yeah.
and buy food. But my
Exactly.
mother cooked for 40 years every single day.
Yeah.
4 o'clock in the morning, 12
Yeah.
o'clock at night, dinner, everything. Wash the clothes, clean the
Yeah.
house, everything. Ooh.
So much,
So much love.
I used to help her in the kitchen. I mean, outside kitchen work, like, you have to break something, coconut, or,
make
during
masala.
festival days, you have to break the rice, all
Yes.
these things. You have to make it powder.
Nice.
Those days, they don't have machines, so you have to
Sure.
do it physically,
Yeah.
what you call the grinding mortar, like
Right.
that. But if I want to go into the kitchen, because I want to learn cooking, she'll chase me out and get up from here. But some or other,
You
by
learn
her
something.
mercy, in a way, I can cook very well.
Of course.
Maybe some DNA from her or some mercy, like
They
that.
say
Is
those
there.
who like to eat, they also learn to cook. Somehow, including me. I was the same with my
Yeah.
mother. I would like to step a little back.
Hold on.
Yeah, sure.
Just about my mom,
Sure.
something I want to say. Today in ISKCON, I protect women. I take care of women, I make sure everybody taken care very well. They're respected.
Nice.
And I learned this because of my mother.
Of course.
Because I don't want her to be hurt by my misbehavior.
Absolutely.
I always want to be the son that, my mother is proud of. And the best thing I can do her is how I respect other women.
Of course.
For me, this is my personal dedication for my mother.
Beautiful.
Always,
Beautiful.
And I always remember this whenever I interact with any ladies, I remember my mom.
Of course. And the Shastra say you should see all the women like your mother. And that's
Yeah.
what we do.
Yeah,
And that is the best policy.
yeah. And my father, I would say,
Hard-working person.
very, very hardworking.
Would
He's
be
hardly
like
in the
in
house.
plantation under the sun, under the rains.
Yeah. And at night when he come back also, because he was he had many, qualities. People come to him for administration. People come to him for arbitration, mediation, problems. So even after he come back from work,
Somebody's there.
somebody will come to meet him and then, to get guidance. And then, we all be, very silent, Sometimes he deals inside the house, sometimes he deals outside. Because he knows if he deals inside the house, then
We
we
should
all,
not, yeah.
there's no life for us.
Of course.
So he always stand outside and he'll just be standing and talking for hours, dealing with this them.
I
And
mean,
he
it's
is
a
also
dedicated father, also a dedicated
very,
person.
very dedicated person. And I would still say I'm like, although I'm a devotee today, I'm not even like 1% of the qualities that my father had. He was such a humble person. He always behaved in such a way that he doesn't hurt others. He had a lot of spiritual qualities. Of course, he was a very spiritual man. Before he got married, he never wanted to get married. He wanted to be a brahmachari all his life.
I see.
And he was worshipping Hanuman.
Oh, nice.
And his worship was so perfect that he used to communicate with Hanuman personally.
Wow.
That Hanuman was like his guru. And even after he got married, whenever there is something dangerous going to happen, either to him or to the family, Hanuman will inform him. He'll get information, and so he do some protection like that, so that the danger doesn't come. And he also had another quality that sometimes people do black magics and all these things. So these people, they go and search for many different places, try to solve these problems. And if nobody can solve, they finally come to
him.
my father. And my father solved the problem every
By
time.
Hanuman mercy.
Yeah. And then one time I asked my father, teach me,
Yeah, how you
teach
do
me
it?
this, how do you do this? He said, this is nothing. You just chant the name of Rama. In my house, we don't worship any demigods. Only because my mother, she wanted to worship, Durga. So my father put Durga's photo there.
Oh, okay.
But other than that, it's only Lord Rama. That was
Yes.
what, my father teaches. And it's always chant the name of Ram, chant the name of Ram. Whenever we go to bed, his room will be next room. 3 boys will be, together, 3 of my brothers will be in one room. And naturally, boys, we make noise, we fight, before we go to bed.
Always.
So father made a rule. Whenever we go to the bed, we have to chant the name of Ram until we go to sleep. And we have to say it so loudly he can hear in the other room. So he'll be like, shouting the name of Ram every day. It's like that. That is our, from child we grew up like that. Okay. Then only when I became 15, 16, I was attracted to Krishna. Then I asked, father, can we put Krishna? Then he said, okay. Only, but nobody else.
So he knew who is the Supreme Personality of God. Krishna and
He
Rama.
knew, but I never knew.
We didn't know.
I never knew. For me, it was just a worship. So when I was 12, my father, another thing, my father, if something, naturally parents, when they beat us up, mother not so much, but father, he's the one who's
Discipline you.
Yes, whatever he gets in
He'll
his hand,
punish you.
that's it, And I was a very naughty child.
Of course.
Extremely naughty child, So almost every day I used to get beating. But then when something really hurts him too much, then he will ask us to do squatting.
The punishment squatting with
Yeah.
holding your ear, cross hand.
And we have to do that while chanting the name of Rama.
Wow.
Until we started crying out of the pain of the squatting.
Up and down,
Up and down,
It's good exercise also.
It's a good exercise. But that is how that punishes. It's always related to Lord Rama.
Ram. Nice.
One time we went to temple. We don't go to... I never went to any demigod temple until I became a devotee.
Wow. Yeah, because in the plantation also there is no temple there.
There were temples.
Small.
There were small temples, Durga temples will be there. The plantations, either Durga temple, Ganesh temple or Rama temple. Only these temples. But we never... Father always he never encourages to worship the demigods. It's only Ram, So until I became a devotee, I actually never went into any demigod temple. Only after I became devotee, I started to know the position of the devas.
Wow.
Then I started going. One time, when we went to one temple, there was what you call this Navagrahas. Then I asked, about this Navagrahas. Father said, it is all not important. You just chant the name of Ram.
Navagram is 9 different
Yes,
planets which people worship for removing any obstacle in their
obstacles like
life,
that,
a
yeah.
planetary system,
Yeah.
Rahu, this, that, Shani Bhagavan.
Yeah. So that's what Father says. Just chant the name of Ram, like that. It's always chant the name of Ram, chant the name of Ram,
Beautiful,
like that.
beautiful.
And we used to, because sometimes at night in the estate plantation there is no lights, and I
Scared.
was like one time, and I was that time I was like 4 years old child, and she told me to go to another house. It was like 8 o'clock at night, no lights, about 2 kilometers away,
Not torchlight.
only torchlight,
Oh, only torchlight.
only torchlight. But a child, 4 years old child.
4 years old kid.
And
Scary.
Father said, just start the name of
Chant
Ram
Ram.
and go. And that's what I did. And it
No
gave me so
problem.
much of,
course.
So that is how
You
I
grew up.
developed this, grew up with this, holy name of Rama.
Culture.
But when I became 12 years old, I had doubts about religion. Because for me, I see it as a ritual. We get up in the morning, we take bath, and before we take bath, we brush our teeth, then we take bath, we come out, and then we dress ourselves, and then we go to the altar, and then we have set prayers, the mantras that, Father teaches what to chant and all that. So all these things. And I see that this all become like a very ritualistic.
You're doing a routine every day. You do it.
Every day.
The danger of that routine is that, even for us as devotees, I say, is that we chant every day, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, can become mechanical.
Yes, mechanical.
Unless you know the reason
Yeah.
and why we're doing this.
Yeah.
Correct?
Correct. Exactly. So I had that realization when I was 12. So I said, I'm going to stop praying. I want to know who is the Supreme
God.
Person, who is God. But there's only one thing that I was not able to give up, is to chant the name of Ram.
But did you try to ask your father?
I never asked my father. You see, because I know what the answer will be.
What it will be?
Chant the name of
Chant
Ram.
the name of Ram. Don't worry, he'll tell you who is it. He has a solution for everything.
That's all. So that's when I began to search other religion, Christianity and Islam, try to hear.
Explore. You went in exploration.
I read Mahabharata, I read Ramayana, but it is not Prabhupada's book, so I never got any knowledge from
It's
this.
difficult to understand these books when they're all mixed up.
Yeah, especially these are written by, some, these Karmi Indians, Mahabharata and Ramayana, and then, Penguin production. It's not really like, Ram is worshipped as Supreme Person or Krishna as Supreme Person. It doesn't mention that like that.
No.
They censor that part.
Yeah.
It's just like another, personality.
Mythological person.
You don't get knowledge from there, reading these books.
It's very difficult to understand.
Yeah. So then, I associated with, friends from different religions, try to learn from them. I never asked them, but I just hear their conversations like that, very silently I try to hear. Then I see that in their conversations, I see that they have a lot of doubts.
Also them.
In
whatever religion.
Whatever
because
religion.
No one is teaching pure religion. No.
Exactly.
Very clear who is God.
Yeah. So like this, until I was 18 years old, when I finished my O-levels, then I came back to my auntie's house. Then she has a library, like that.
Many books.
So I went up, because it's like usually after the exams, and we have like a 4 months holidays until the results come out. So I went up, and then I was surprised I saw Bhagavad Gita. Because I've already read all the books in the library, but this one new book I saw, I was very surprised. And I took that immediately, I went to her. I said, where you get this Bhagavad Gita? Bhagavad Gita as it is.
From Prabhupada.
From Prabhupada. That was the first time, I said, where did you get? He said, your uncle went to America. He went for a training. He was in the Air Force.
Oh.
And then they sent him for some training in US, in Detroit or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So in the airport, somebody sold him the Bhagavad Gita.
Just see.
So when he came back, he don't know what to do with the Gita.
Just give it to the auntie.
So my auntie, she's a very pious person.
Give it to
Among
her.
all the uncles, and aunties, she's the most pious person. So he gifted to her.
Natural.
And she just put it in her library.
She never read it.
She never read it. So when I saw the Gita, I'm searching.
Yeah. You are a seeker of the truth.
So then immediately I took the Gita, I started reading. And I read 3 times. During the 4 months, I read the Bhagavad Gita 3 times. And
it makes sense,
it
right?
made sense.
Yeah.
I was practically crying at every page because.
That's what you wanted. The finally has come to you.
And the most beautiful thing about it is Krishna, who is my favorite person, he is the
He's
supreme.
gone. He's the supreme.
It's like dying. I was so happy. I was crying. Every page I was crying,
Finally.
Finally, oh, this is Krishna. But my knowledge was not perfect because I didn't have anybody to guide me, because I
You
was
thought
just
this
a
is
child.
from America or something, yeah?
No, but I was just a child.
Yeah.
18 years old
18
kid,
years old, you're a kid,
how
yeah.
much I can understand. But I understood three things when I finished the Gita. I understood that I'm not a body, I'm a spirit soul, I'm a servant of Krishna. Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. And then the third one was a very funny realization that I should take sannyas at 50 years old.
Wow. That was nice program. Yeah. Already set up, everything.
This was my realization. When I read the Bhagavad Gita 3 times, I said, this is what I should do.
This is what I should do.
So then, from 18 to 24 years old, I was, looking for devotees.
Yeah.
And then I met devotees.
Oh.
You see, then.
Where is the place you met the first devotee?
Oh,
in Malaysia?
first time in Malaysia. That was in Pahang, in Kuala Lumpur. My dad was in a. I should continue?
Yeah, continue.
I was, working as a temporary teacher. My father. My dad was working there, and in the same estate that my father was working, I was working as a temporary teacher in a Tamil school there, teaching sports and English to the children.
Okay.
So I was a teacher. So I already finished my A levels by that time. I finished my A levels, and then I was working for 1 year as temporary teacher. So that is the time I met the devotees. They came for book distribution for a temple festival. Nearby the temple, there's a small village. So they came for a temple festival there. And I met them. I was so happy. Actually, I didn't know my parents went. I didn't want to go. They said, I didn't want to go. And then they came in. My sister, my younger sister, she came and said, Anna, there's the Hare Krishna there.
Oh.
I saw the Hare Krishnas there. They're selling books and all. I was so happy. It was like 10 o'clock at night. And I immediately took a bike and I went. And I immediately went and saw the devotees. And I said, I saw the books. But I was more interested to see I asked them, so you will be here tomorrow? And they say, yeah, we'll be here tomorrow, So then I said, where are you going to sleep? And they say, we sleep in the van. I say, what? You sleep in the van? Show me, I want to see this. And they just, in the van,
they
one
have a
bed,
box.
and 2 of them, with all the box. I said, how are you going to sleep in this? Hey, this is our life. I said, no, you come home.
Come to our house.
Come to my house. My house is big. We can give you a small place to sleep.
Nice.
And they were a bit reluctant, but they talked among themselves and they said, okay, they came. And my parents were shocked.
Who are these guys now?
In the middle of the night, 10 o'clock at night, suddenly I brought these 2 monks, brahmacharis.
With saffron cloth.
Yeah. I said, no, can they stay? My father, he didn't want to stay. He said, okay, come, Immediately we gave them a, place
a room.
to room. They stayed. And then they stayed for 3 days.
Nice.
These 2 brahmacharis.
Nice.
So,
They're still there?
Yeah, they're still, both of them are still devotees.
Ooh, can you tell them?
One is Pundrik Prabhu, Pundrik Aksham Prabhu.
Okay.
He is a Grahastha now.
Okay.
And then another one is Deva Prabhu.
Okay.
He's still a brahmachari.
Still a brahmachari. Nice.
So like that, they're still devotees, very senior devotees in his ISKCON.
Nice.
So like that. So they were the first devotees I met, and I also bought a lot of books from them. And I started reading these books also. So then, after that only I went and did my law. So the last year was it was a very big struggle in my mind. Because I knew I'm going to graduate and what I'm going to do next. If I graduate, I know after graduation, next is I have to start working. And naturally, parents will say, get married, children and all these things.
It's part of life.
Yeah, it's part of life. This is what is said I can foresee that. But I also was thinking that my aim is take sannyas at 50 years old.
Yeah. So,
Then I was thinking, why should I waste, because I was 24 years old, and I was thinking, why should I waste
my time.
24 years of my life doing something totally different from what is actually my goal?
Correct.
I said, will this give me happiness? Then I decided that if I want to be happy, I have to pursue my goal, not do something which is distracting.
Of course.
I said, it's not going to make me happy. So it was very tough after I graduated, I got my degree in September 1992. And then I told my parents, I want to join the temple. I actually went to the temple only 2 times before I joined the temple. Oh. Only 2 times I visited the temple. 3rd time I went, I shaved my head. So,
what was the reaction of your parents?
Oh, they were very upset. Especially Dad, he was so upset because he had gone around the city and then told all his friends that my son is going to become a lawyer and this and that. So, and then now you want to be a monk. It's like, it was like he was totally broken. He was very, very sad. So, I had to fight with them. First time in my life. I never disobeyed my parents.
Of course.
What to speak of fighting with them?
Of course.
Never ever once
But give them
disobeyed.
Give them reason for your choice of your ultimate goal. That was not in their view. Was not in their perception.
Nothing. For them, the perception is happiness means get married, have children.
Yeah, of course. Chant Ram name, whatever. But,
get married.
Because this is their training. Their upbringing is like that.
Exactly.
They follow certain cultural path.
Yeah.
Which is understandable.
But for me,
was not.
That's not by the choice.
Matching you had a good choice, actually. You had the power of going against the current of the culture and choose something which was higher. Maharaj speaks always about the goal of life, the ultimate goal of life, and you had the understanding and the value and the power to make the choice, which is very, very rare. I should say, Shanti Prabhu. It's very difficult for people to do this.
Yeah, and very painful because first time in my life, I have to disobey my parents. I have to disappoint them. We have never done that in my life.
Never.
So it was very, very painful thing, but
you have to
what to do?
Wow. There's no other choice.
No other choice. My parents never understood. And every year after I became a brahmachari, every year I would visit them on a Deepavali because that's when Malaysia national holidays, all the brothers and sisters will come. So at least once in a year I go and meet them.
Yeah, nice.
But 6 years after that, 1 year I wasn't able to go for Deepavali. So I didn't go for Deepavali that year. I went 1 week after Deepavali, I visited my parents. And father was not in at that time, only mother was there. So me and my mother, we were sitting and then we were talking. And after about half an hour talking, and suddenly she said, you remain what you are. I'm very happy with what you're doing.
Nice.
I was like shocked actually by what she said. I said, why are you saying this? Usually
she gave you a blessing.
She gave me a blessing.
You are in good position now.
Yeah.
She understood.
She understood.
Krishna in her heart to make her understand.
So I asked her, why are you saying this? And then she said, just 1 week ago, all your brothers and sisters came. They are not happy. They are just complaining. Husband not right, wife not right, children not right, work not right. Nothing is right in their life. None of them are happy.
Material life cannot make you happy.
Yes, but you are the only one I see are actually happy. And as a mother, this is what I want for my children.
Beautiful.
I just want you to be happy.
Beautiful.
I don't understand your decision. She told me, I don't understand your decision.
But I can see the result.
Yes, I can see that you are happy. So you made the best choice. Just remain what you are.
It reminds me the past times of Haridas Thakur when they put him in jail. He gave the blessing to all the prisoners. You remain as you are. They all become angry. What? But you remain in jail forever.
So that was
That's
so
beautiful.
really, I really felt so happy at that moment because my mom understood,
Yeah.
what is the actual meaning of life is the pursuit of happiness. And whatever makes you happy is what actually you should be doing.
She communicated that also to your father
She
eventually?
communicated, but my father could never,
He couldn't
until his
accept.
death.
Never.
He like, with others, he tell, okay, my son is a devotee now, this, that. But internally,
Himself. He could not accept.
he couldn't accept. One day I said, but dad, you are a Ram devotee. This is what,
Yeah. Ram and Krishna is the same person.
He knew all that,
Yeah.
I said, no, but you are still my son. How can you disobey me? So anyway, so I
Against
joined
all
full
odds.
time. So when I joined full time, became a brahmachari, I began to read more of Srila Prabhupada's books.
More seriously.
More seriously, I
Yeah.
was reading. And then I had another realization. A year after I, joined, I started reading more deeply Prabhupada's books. And my realization was, I'm the most terrible sinner. And I'm extremely fallen. And I realized I was so fallen, I'm so sinful, Krishna will not deliver me.
Krishna will not
Deliver me.
deliver me.
Yes.
Will not deliver me.
Yeah, because I was so sinful.
How sinful you are. You are not drinking, you're not smoking, you're not doing this, you're not doing that. What kind of...
That was my realization.
You were thinking like that.
Yes,
Okay.
that was my realization that I'm an extremely sinful person. And I realized that only Lord Chaitanya will deliver me because he's the most merciful personality.
Absolutely.
So at that point, I stopped worshipping Krishna and I
start to
took
worship Lord
exclusive
Chaitanya.
only Lord Chaitanya, Lord Nityananda. Because for me, I realized they are my saviors.
Of course, Gorni, right.
Because I realized it is hopeless if I worship Krishna.
That's
My
nice.
only hope is Lord Chaitanya.
That's a good realization, actually.
And that's when I began to look for a guru who can teach me about Lord Chaitanya, who can connect me with Lord Chaitanya. And that's when I chose Om Vishnupad, Paramahamsa Parivajakacharya, Astura Srata Srimad, Srila Jayapataka Swami Guru Maharaj as my Diksha Guru.
When did you meet him first?
During that,
During that
the
time.
first
He
year,
came to
1992,
Malaysia.
he came. He always comes twice to Malaysia.
Yes.
I heard his lectures, and internally, I was looking for someone, and I see his lectures. He always talks about Lord Chaitanya. Other spiritual masters come,
They speak about
sannyasis,
Krishna.
they come, they talk about Krishna. They never talk about Lord Chaitanya. But Guru Maharaj is the only person always, Gauranga, Chaitanya, that is the only thing, in his message. From the time 1992 until today, this is the same message Guru Maharaj talks.
Always.
Always take shelter of, Gauranga. And even recently, last year, he was telling about how in Mumbai, Juhu Beach, during the, I think if it's not mistaken, Damodara festival, and then devotees, they were all going, and they first showing the ghee lamp to Sri Radha Ras Bihari, and then, Sitar Malaksha Hanuman, and then finally to Lord Chaitanya. And Guru Maharaj said the pain or his anxiety, he said, we should be first showing to Lord Chaitanya.
Yes.
Because he is the one who is saving us. This is his movement. It is by his mercy we are here today through Srila Prabhupada. Our first gratefulness should be Lord Chaitanya.
Of course.
But people are directly running to Krishna. In a sense, it's actually true. What Guru Maharaj says.
100%.
It's a sign of you are not grateful.
Of course.
To the mercy that we are receiving from the Lord, from Lord Chaitanya. You see, so like that, the devotees, I always feel that devotees should realize this. How important is it to always take shelter of Lord Chaitanya to Lord Nityananda and go and realize our parampara through them, through their mercy. And by their mercy, we will definitely get Radha and Krishna.
Of course.
That is,
No
certain.
doubt.
No doubt about it. by always chanting the name of Gauranga, we are free from offenses. I see devotees, many of them, they come and ask, Prabhu, I'm chanting for so long. I'm not getting realization. I'm not getting... And I tell them, because you're not getting freed of your offenses. And I say, every time Guru Maharaj comes, every class he gives, he talks about this. He says, Gauranga, chant the name of Gauranga. Why are you not following?
We are also chanting before the Maha Mantra. We always chant
Yes.
Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda. He explained about the meaning of
Yes.
this.
And I see that, today, I feel so much of bliss and happiness in Krishna consciousness because I always chant the name of Gauranga.
Of course.
We chant our rounds and everything, but
Yes.
all other time, it is Sri Krishna Chaitanya and Gauranga. I always chant these holy names,
Beautiful.
Always in my mind, always remembering Lord Chaitanya. And this is how today I was able to develop my Krishna consciousness.
That's very good understanding, actually. It's very proper. Because also, see, Prabhupada said that we can only understand Krishna through the Chaitanya and the six Goswami.
Yeah.
And so by their instruction, by their blessing, by their guidance, by their direction, we can come to realize and take Krishna Prema.
Yes, the highest realizations.
We cannot bypass them and say, okay, now I got Krishna Prema. No, you only got it by their understanding and
exactly
by their blessing and by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is so merciful. Nityananda is even more merciful. And in one lecture, Guru Maharaj said that we should learn to cry for the mercy of Lord Nityananda. If we cannot cry, we should learn to cry, to get the mercy of Nityananda. It goes on and on and on.
Yeah.
And Nityananda is even more merciful than Lord Chaitanya because Nityananda is one who delivered Jagai Madai.
Yeah.
He will not accept any offense.
Yeah.
So beautiful, Prabhuji.
So like this, I got a lot of blessings and mercy from Guru Maharaj, from Lord Nityananda, Lord Chaitanya, from all the devotees. And as I said, this chanting, the taking shelter of Lord Nityananda, Lord Chaitanya, personally, in my spiritual life, they were always guiding.
Always.
Always. To do the right thing.
Yes.
In spiritual life, because we are always, we need to know what to do, what not to do.
Of course.
And it's happening only by their mercy. You see.
So many obstacles will appear to us in our road, but if we follow the instruction of this six Goswami and Lord Chaitanya Nityananda, we'll be safe.
We'll be safe.
It's like in the road we are driving. Yesterday we are driving very fast on the highway, and there was rain, and you cannot see anything. But there are guardrails on both sides. So even if you crash, you will not go off the cliff and die. You remain on the road. So similarly, Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda, they are our guardrail. And the Goswami, they are our light. They are showing us the way.
Path.
So we cannot go wrong as long as we remain within the boundary of this sampradaya.
Yeah.
So that's very, very important.
But I would say that I am a mercy case.
Who is not? Who is not?
Totally mercy case.
Who can say I was born a Brahmana and a big? No, no one would say that. We are all mercy case.
I'm totally mercy case.
We are all mercy case. We are all mercy case.
Yeah.
We are dented can. We are broken pieces of peel of millions of life in this material world, and now we have come to the right place at the right time. Because Lord Chaitanya appeared every one day of Brahma.
Yeah.
And then we have the next 10,000 years, which will become again like Satya Yuga. Apparently, so many wars, so many bad things happening, but actually people that are awakening to spiritual realization. That's my personal realization I've seen in the last 45 years of living in India, how this whole world is changing. Before, when we travel, there was no vegetarian food. If you are a Hare Krishna, they think you're crazy. You shave your head, they think you are, Buddhist monk or samurai. And so many things. But in the last 10 years, maybe even this COVID, which killed many, many thousands and millions of people start to realize, like, what I really want in my life. I'm locked in my house. I cannot go out. I can barely get some food. and people are dying like fly. But then people start to question their life. What am I doing wrong? Why am I not happy? Why am I put in this position? So atato brahma jigyasa. So all these things happen for a reason, I would think. And people are searching for the absolute truth. And we have a duty in our hand. We have these books, we have the knowledge, we have the power to connect these people to Krishna consciousness.
Exactly.
And we have a job, we have a mission. Wherever we go, whoever we meet, tell about Krishna.
Yeah. Like COVID, people need, they need reminders
No,
that,
no,
this material world is a place of suffering.
no. People are in joy, mood, spirit.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm happy. Why you're bothering me with these things?
Yeah, sometimes people are so confident that science and different things can help them. COVID is a good lesson.
In 1 second,
It destroyed everything,
Yeah.
Whatever their conception, whatever they took shelter, everything was destroyed.
It doesn't matter how much money you had, how much power you had, what Ferrari and helicopter and airplane you had, you still die. Wake up call. Hello, wake up. Jeev Jago, Jeev Jago.
So people need this once in a while, they need this,
it's like
as a
a
reminder.
shaking.
Yeah.
No, wake up, shake.
Previously, there was this big tsunami, 2004.
Yeah.
There was a big tsunami.
Very big tsunami.
And then after that, the major one is this. You see?
Yeah.
And then the 9/11 was another one.
Yeah.
So like that
And
once
then
in a
the
while.
wars going on now
Yeah.
between Russia, Ukraine, and Africa, and here place, that place. This material world is not place for gentlemen. So we are actually, the missionary of Lord Chaitanya, and the mission of the Lord is to awaken everybody. Sri Chaitanya Mano Vistam. So without any distinction, we want to give this mercy. Now, some people will take it, some people will not take it, but it's not up to us.
Yes.
We just have to give.
Exactly.
Like the rain fall on the rock, fall in the ocean, rain fall anywhere. But some place the plant will grow, some place nothing will happen. But that's our job. Okay, tell us a little bit about your service you're doing now in Kuala Lumpur as the secretary of this wonderful temple here in Kuala Lumpur.
Secretary, previously before I became secretary, I was assistant general secretary for the society.
Okay.
I was also what you call the chairman of the child protection.
Okay.
I have to handle a lot of cases. At least I handle about 7-8 cases, child protection. Funny thing is, 2 of it was a fake allegation.
Fake allegation, always.
So like that, it was very funny. So like that, I was doing a lot of service like that. But I gave up most of it. I gave up. So I'm just doing, mainly as officially, I'm doing as a secretary for this temple. Secretarial work is just mainly administration, correspondence and all these things.
You are also dealing with the government?
Yes, there's what you call as part of my other non-official.
Okay.
How
would you say is this government? Because I see in India, of course now there is Mr. Modi who is helping us, but here Malaysia being a Muslim country, but still I see a lot of contribution from the government to us to some degree, because they're helping us or they're open to listen. Tell us a little bit about this.
You see, politically, this is a politics we are talking. There has been ups and downs in Malaysia. Naturally, politics means including what you call killing your opponent, even if it's a good politician.
Yeah.
Just like in India, we see Modi is doing very good, but the opposition is trying to their best to bring him down.
Of course.
So this is natural in politics, and it can happen.
That's all right.
So like that, same in Malaysia also.
All world is the same, I think.
My personal opinion was Najib was a very good prime minister, and he's still the best prime minister the country had. Najib, although the world may have a different opinion about Najib. So the present prime minister, he's got a tough task in his hand because the political situation is very volatile in Malaysia due to the number of seats his party is holding. He's doing his best, but the external forces like the economics, it's not just Malaysia, but the world economics itself is bad after the COVID. It is still on a recovering stage.
Yes.
And with the different challenges like war in Russia and all that, which are affecting the prices of food and all these things. So in Malaysia, we see all the prices has gone up. It's like gone up like 3 times more than what it was before. So the people are actually economically, they are really
Struggling.
suffering. They are struggling. And the government, it is limited in what it can do.
Yeah.
You know, the politicians can claim so many things, but everything is limited. So people have to learn to tolerate.
What else
Whatever
can
the
we do?
situation
Yeah.
is, the political things cannot solve the people's problem.
No.
At the end of the day,
course.
people have to realize this. It doesn't matter who they put in power.
It's the same.
It's the same problem.
Same.
And there are things which is beyond their jurisdiction, like the world economy. It is not something what this
We're doing
government
here.
can do.
Yeah. It's beyond their
It's beyond their power.
influence. Yeah,
It
their
is not
power.
like a big country like China or India. They have certain control of how
Their
the
own country.
external thing, because the population is large. So they are able to control to a certain degree how the external,
Forces
can influence. But a small country like Malaysia, we are at the mercy. A small ripple happens somewhere else, it will immediately hit Malaysia. So we have to be tolerant and very patient in Malaysia about the economics, about the political situations. At the end of the day, especially for devotees, it's all about tolerating
Of
the
course.
material situation
Everywhere.
everywhere.
But I want to say is that they're not against us.
Oh yes, as far as freedom of practice of religion,
Yeah.
that is, we have a very good freedom here in
Yeah.
Malaysia.
Because we are doing Sankirtan, we are doing Harinam, we are doing festival, we are
Yes.
doing Ratha Yatra,
Yes.
name it. I mean, we have thousands
Food for
of
life,
festival, food
and
for life.
there's absolutely no restriction in any of these things. We are so free to do them.
Nice.
We have so much of freedom. Only in like big city like Kuala Lumpur,
We have to
like
take
we have
permits.
certain because like like if somebody walk in the middle of the street, immediately there'll be like
Of course.
2 kilometers of jam.
Of course.
So therefore, to get permission for Harinam and all that in the middle of the
Yeah,
city
natural, it's natural.
difficult.
But we can
But
get
if you
it.
go outskirt,
No problem.
like yesterday they had a Harinam in the outskirt of Kuala
Right.
Lumpur, no issue. We don't have to get permission.
Nothing.
But Harinam in the middle of the street, in the middle of the city,
We have to get permission.
very, very difficult.
To
Maybe
get-
once in a year they may give like that. Radha Yatra once in a year.
Okay.
That's all. So there are restriction like that, not because of the government, but because of the situation
Right.
of the city.
Right.
But other cities don't have. Only Kuala Lumpur, some
Right.
problems are there like that. So otherwise, we have a very good freedom.
That's
But-
very important, I think,
Very
for
important.
us as devotees.
Yes.
So it's
But
very
there are
good.
room for improvement. There are a
Nice.
lot of room for improvement as far as general practice is concerned. The government can take some concessions, can
Okay.
better the situation. Definitely, that is there. Okay.
So tell us about the future of your service in Malaysia or something like that.
Future.
Yeah. Tell us
Future
about
of my
future
service.
No, your service of Malaysia. Or
No.
I know you're coming to India every year and you spend some time in Mayapur and renowned.
You see, there are two things. One is administration.
Yes.
I'm about 56 years old now.
Yes.
So at most I can go for another 5-10 years in administration.
Okay.
So whatever I'm given responsibility, I will do.
Of course.
This is actually being a secretary for the temple is a small service for me.
Nice.
I can do more. My capacity is more.
Sure.
I can take more capacity. But as a disciple, we always hear that His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Guru Maharaj, he's always giving, especially to his disciples,
Okay.
he's giving instruction that, and now we see like His Holiness Gopal Krishna Maharaj, he has given instruction to his disciple also.
Yes.
Those who are qualified, they should become the Guru.
Of course.
So this is one of the, if you ask for future, this is the future. We are all, especially disciple of His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Guru Maharaj, we have this responsibility to take this responsibility.
Of course.
Not that we want to be a spiritual master.
No.
Nobody wants to be instituted.
Nobody wants. It's a heavy responsibility,
yes,
actually. You know,
heavy mental problem.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not so easy to guide people. I mean,
Yes.
to some people we can guide, but it's difficult to carry responsibility also because
Yes.
many people expect a guru, okay, find me the wife, give me the money, or whatever
Yeah.
it is, materially, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like as Bang Maharaj always says, spiritual master is supposed to give spiritual instructions.
Yeah,
So don't
not
come to me for telling me
counseling.
about your business, about your wife, or your children, or your house,
Yeah.
or whatever you do, because what am I supposed to do about that?
Yeah. I do counseling.
Yeah, me too.
So I'm a counselor. I know what kind of mental, the person is giving counseling, we have to ourselves,
All
it
kinds
takes
of
so much
stuff.
of time, and then, all these problems that they throw on us,
Yeah.
unless we keep ourselves pure, it is not easy.
not-
We
it's
can
not.
be affected easily,
No, of course.
Maya is so powerful,
Very powerful.
So we need protection. So taking the responsibility of a spiritual master is a big responsibility, especially if the disciple don't understand what is the limitation of a spiritual master.
Yes.
Nowadays, they expect the spiritual master to be a counselor, to be everything for them. As he's saying, even for somebody want to invest, they can ask the guru. They want to invest some money. So these are all very, and then if anything happens, they blame the guru.
Yeah.
They think the guru is not perfect. Whereas they shouldn't be asking the guru for these kind of
Yeah.
things. So the disciple themselves, the biggest problem nowadays we face in the society is we have disciple devotees who don't understand
I
what
know
is the
you're
limitation.
doing a course on this guru-disciple relationship. Tell us a little bit about that, a few minutes. Because you're teaching a course where
Yes.
you're teaching people this relationship, which is very sacred and very ancient, we can say. In the ancient time, a disciple will go and live with the guru in the ashram, whether he's married or not, and spend time absorbing from the guru the main instruction, then go back to do whatever he needs to do. But nowadays, people, they are disconnected, they have job, they have family problem, they have money problem, they have house problem, relocation, this, that. So how we can teach this disciple who want to take shelter of Krishna consciousness to some degree, and they expect that everything by magic will become wonderful. Am I correct?
Yes, you are right.
So how to actually, like you were saying, we should learn to tolerate, and how we can teach these devotees who are approaching Krishna consciousness with the wrong idea, thinking that now my life, Krishna will give me $1 million, give me a beautiful wife, and a nice house, and a Mercedes Benz, and I will live my life ever happy for the future. But not necessary. I mean, some people can. Some people, Krishna give them everything. Some people, maybe Krishna don't give them anything. According to their karma and their choice, they have to live. And so it's a tough job.
It's a tough job.
Tell me how you do this, because you're teaching this course. For many years, you've been teaching
Many
this
years.
course.
I've been teaching this course for nearly 10 years now.
Yes.
And I do like at least 3 or 4 courses per
In
year.
a year, okay.
In a year. So like that, I must have done about 35 to 40 courses by now.
How many people participate in each course?
Each time about minimum 20.
Okay.
Minimum 20,
Okay.
they join. So usually about 15 to 20 like that, but usually it's like 20.
This is compulsory for people who want to accept the guru, right?
It is compulsory, mandatory for those who want to take a guru, spiritual
Yes.
master.
Yes.
But I feel should be mandatory for
everybody.
all devotees.
Old and new.
All and new. Because it doesn't matter somebody is old devotee, they understood the philosophy.
Correct.
Most of the time when I, please don't be surprised. Devotees who are 40 years in the movement joined the movement when Prabhupada was alive.
In this planet.
Okay? When I was speaking about this philosophy, I had opposition from people who joined the society in 1977 when Prabhupada was alive. But just that they wasn't able to take initiation from Prabhupada because it was like 1 or 2 months before he joined.
Yes.
And when I was speaking this philosophy, especially about Guru Tattva, I had opposition. What is this something new you are teaching? I said, I'm not teaching something new.
Something new.
It is there. This is the philosophy. The Guru Tattva, first of all, it has like a paradox. There are 2 things. One, Guru is a servant of Krishna, Guru is a representative of Krishna. This everybody knows about this.
Yes.
This is what everybody is teaching.
Yes.
But there is other side of Guru Tattva is Krishna is the Guru.
Yes.
Krishna comes as Guru. Guru is Krishna himself.
Yes.
So this is the other side of the Guru Tattva, which practically nobody speaks about nowadays. It is there. In all the scriptures, this is the declaration. Prabhupada books is very clear about this.
Yes.
You see? So when I had this kind of position, and then one time, so much so, they were so doubtful of me that, like 2 years ago, His Holiness Bhanu Swami Maharaj and Guru Maharaj was here. And then there was one session where Bhanu Maharaj and Guru Maharaj supposed to handle questions and answers, only question and answers.
Yes, yes.
So Guru Maharaj came a bit late, so Bhanu Maharaj was handling it. And then they asked this question, is Guru Krishna?
Of course.
There's some devotees are teaching like this. It was like a direct challenge. And Bhanu Maharaj gave a very wonderful answer.
What did he say?
He said, yes.
Of course.
That is what every disciple should see the Guru.
Yes.
This is how every disciple should see the Guru as Krishna himself, but Guru is not Krishna.
It's Krishna and not Krishna.
Krishna and not Krishna.
Achintya
Simultaneously one and different.
Achintya
Achintya Veda Veda
of
Tattva.
course. But let me say that also this the Shastra declare that there are two tattva very difficult to understand. One is Guru and one is Shiva.
Shiva, yes.
Because Shiva is also same like Krishna, but it's not Krishna.
Jiva
It's
also
the male-
same.
Yeah, so
Jiva also same.
my point is that
Yeah.
people see sometimes people they have this misunderstanding that yes, Guru is Krishna, but then they put Guru on the altar, and if the Guru something happened to him, then my faith is destroyed because
Destroyed,
okay,
yes.
I mean I put all my money on this person, and then he lost, and then I'm gone,
Yeah.
finished. So, but it's not like that actually,
No, it's not like
because
that.
also Prabhupada now they're trying to teach Prabhupada is the Acharya, and
Yeah.
what he wrote in his book is for all of us to
Yeah.
understand.
But also, you see, the first lesson in the IDC, in the ISKCON Disciple Course, the first lesson is that verse, the third verse from the Mangala Charana.
Yes,
What do you call Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuda Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha.
yes,
That is a lesson on that. So it is not just my Diksha Guru is Krishna himself. The Shiksha Guru is
Shiksha Guru
also.
is there. Yes, yes, yes.
You see, both are simultaneously Krishna himself. So, and then we are chanting this verse. Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuda Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha. I pay my obeisances to my Diksha Guru, to my Shiksha Guru, to all the Vaishnavas.
Correct.
In other words, every disciple should have a Shiksha Guru and should have a Diksha Guru.
Ramanujacharya, 13 Guru, 13
Yes.
Diksha Guru.
Exactly.
Because from each Guru you learn some different part of the Veda. Although
Yes.
his incarnation of Ananta says
Exactly.
and Balaram and Nityananda, but still it shows that
Yeah.
you can go to this Guru and learn the mantra, you can go to this Guru and learn Sanskrit,
Yes.
the one and learn astronomy, the other one will learn so many. So
Exactly. So, having a Shiksha Guru is a mandatory requirement. Otherwise, how do they chant this verse? If they don't have a Shiksha Guru.
also the problem is now because the Diksha Guru maybe give you initiation, but he lives in another country.
Yes.
So how many contact you have with your Diksha Guru? Maybe,
Yeah.
okay, I'm fortunate I was traveling with him and I see him Mayapur every day in and there, but many people they're not.
Yeah.
So then what? Usually the Diksha Guru is also Siksha, but in
Yes.
case you live in another country and there is your Diksha Guru is not there, then take an advanced devotee and
Yes.
say, Prabhu, I need your guidance because I'm very neophyte and I need to learn more about the subject and the
Yes.
subject. You please, as you see me, instruct me.
Yeah.
Or I come to the temple, take a lecture, or I go personally and contact the devotee and say, I have this understanding. You think it's correct or I'm complete bunker? So then the Siksha Guru will instruct you and say,
Yes.
no, this is the way.
Yeah.
Like even sometimes, for example, in Mayapur, when our Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Japadaka Maharaj was not there, I would go to some senior devotee like Janani or Pankaj Rangi and say, look, I have this
Yeah.
in my head. Maybe I'm crazy, I don't know, but I want to tell you, I want to ask you, what do you think? And then they'll say, no, the Shastra
Yeah.
say this is correct, or no, yeah, completely, remove this, it's complete
Yeah.
nonsense. Don't think like
Exactly.
that, it's not correct.
So we take shelter of the Shiksha Guru also.
Yeah.
Diksha Guru is not the only shelter we have.
Correct.
The Shiksha Guru is, and it's a requirement of the Shastra.
And it actually makes you more humble to think
Yeah.
that I don't know everything just because I understand few things, and
Yeah.
let me go take always guidance from the Vaishnavas.
Yeah.
That's
So
very
like
important.
that, so then, sometimes the devotees ask this question, oh, what should I do, when the spiritual master leaves the body? This question should not even come up.
No, absolutely.
There is no room for this question to come up because,
So
and
many
it's coming up,
Vaishnavas.
yes, and it's coming up because you don't have a Shiksha Guru.
Yes.
Only your Diksha Guru is your Guru. So this was a wrong mentality you
It's
have
a
been
wrong
practicing.
mentality. Totally wrong mentality.
Totally wrong.
Also, because sometimes this can create a conflict in the management of a large organization like ours. Because suppose I come to you, you are my guru, and say, oh, Guru Maharaj, I'm thinking to go to Philippines, for example, or another temple, America, or New York, or Australia. What do you think I should go? And if the guru doesn't understand your situation, and he maybe say, yes, maybe it's a good idea, what you want to do, preaching, yeah, go. But the guy go there and get lost and becomes, completely something else. Or nowadays, I think Guru Maharaj always say, consult with your temple president, with your authority before you do anything. Maybe you are valuable in doing the puja or doing some preaching in a local temple. So before you do take any decision, consult with them. That's what they have to say, and then you come back to me and I'll tell you. That's a valid point because many people can, oh, my guru told me this and goodbye, I'm gone.
They don't consult others.
And then, the guy
because
goes.
these administrative things,
It happened many times, many times. I've seen in my life. So that's very important point. So keep on doing this.
So this is there are room for improvement. Like now I see a new situation like in Malaysia. We have this situation where proper disciples, one God brother is attacking another God brother. And then the disciple are disturbed. Even just now during the class, they're asking, why management not doing anything? So then I see that maybe this is one aspect that the ISKCON disciple cause can be improved, where they address this kind of issues.
Sure.
Because it is not there. They only talk about how do you treat the Guru's God brother. So that's very nice. It is talking about on the positive side.
Nice.
But they are not talking about the negative side when the God brothers disagree and how the disciple should handle.
How can you see that? Because you can see they can have their own disagreement between them.
Yeah.
You should not be part of it. It's nothing to do with us.
Yes. That you have understood.
Don't take one side or the other just because it's your guru.
Yeah.
Just be neutral and just let them deal with them.
Exactly. But there are many neophyte devotees. They don't understand these things. They have no knowledge of these things because it is not being discussed.
Everybody else is wrong.
So this is the one aspect I see that the disciple cause could be improved. So I want to discuss with Bhanu Maharaj also
I think
later.
It's a good idea.
Yeah. Make some, extra, what do you call it?
But I've seen from last 30, 40 years and now the last 10 years, people are becoming more mature and they understand more. I can see the children, they are growing up, and they are becoming more open to understand many, many points and many, many things.
Yeah.
So before we were kind of fanatic, but now that people are becoming more open, more understanding, more mature, they've seen all kinds of things. So they at one point they think, what is the essence of Krishna consciousness? It's not just this or that, and don't become fanatic, be open-minded, but still be fixing into your path, because each one is a person.
Yeah.
The beautiful thing is that we all have a personal relationship with Krishna, with Prabhupada. And of course, ISKCON is making this point that establishing Prabhupada as the founder Acharya, read Prabhupada book, because that's the problem with many people, we don't read Prabhupada
They don't
books.
read, we don't read.
And now we have also this website where you can listen Prabhupada books. Bhaktivedanta Vedic Library, we have, Desire Tree, we have so much technology. People say, no, I fall asleep when I sleep. When I read, I say, okay, but you can put the headphone when you drive, or you can put the bhajan, or you can put Radio Mayapur, you can listen, or whatever. There are so many things you can do to keep yourself Krishna conscious. Means it's your own effort to put inside your head more Krishna conscious than news and Maya and song and this and that. Because we have a glass, you can fill it up with garbage, or you can fill it up with Krishna conscious. It's your choice.
Yes. So actually, this IDC, this disciple course, it is one of the best things that's happened administration-wise. It's one of the best things that's happened in ISKCON in recent years, because that is the starting point for every devotee. When they join, They should be attending these courses.
Of course.
Because, like you're saying, it's establishing the position of Srila Prabhupada, the importance of taking shelter of Prabhupada in the form of, worshipping him and reading his books and understanding him and developing loyalty and faith in his instructions. All these things are, very basic things, the foundational things. And he's teaching a lot of foundational things like Shiksha Guru, Diksha Guru, what is the relationship, how do you see them. So this is all very nice. And then the next level, we have the Bhakti Shastri, we have the Bhakti Vaibhava. So all this education which is being pushed in ISKCON. Now, these are the best things I see. This is education.
Yes.
And when the education is emphasized, many devotees who attend the Bhakti Shastri, they come and tell me, Prabhu, this is such a wonderful course. I've learned so much. And it's true because it is very systematically teaching Prabhupada's books.
It's the foundation of our movement, actually.
Yes.
Because once you're established into that, no one can deviate you. No wind can break you. No tsunami can knock you down, because whatever happens, say, okay, this is the Shastra, this was.
The only thing is, the teacher who is teaching,
yes,
they have to teach nicely.
Of course. But that's very important.
Very
but usually
important.
You see, teacher, I don't think anybody will become a teacher unless he has the pleasure or the quality or the desire, because it's a thankless task to teach, whether it's material or spiritual. You can go to school and nowadays the kids don't care about you. They don't respect you. I'm not saying ISKCON, I'm saying outside world, but in ISKCON, people, they respect the teacher, yet that need to be themselves qualified to do that.
Yes,
teaching.
but I'm telling you, Prabhu, there is a question on this. Like IDC, if you take, how many teach this thing that there are two sides of Guru Tattva?
No.
There is a lacking in other part of the world.
Yes.
There is a lacking. So even though it's the same cause, due to the different realization, they teach according to the realization.
Right. Yeah, of course.
You see, so this is an issue that we need to address. Similarly, I don't know, I took Bhakti Shastri when I was like, that was like 24 years ago. I had good teachers. I don't know how is it now. So these are things,
I think they're
again,
good
at
now
the end of the
also.
day, again, as we're saying, the teachers, they carry a big responsibility.
Of course. I see in Mayapur we have this devotee who is teaching the course. They're all very professional. They're nice. They do training also in public speech. They're very good communicators.
Very good.
And they're very open. Nice. You can stop them anytime and question them. So they answer you. They're not fanatic. They're very good. So I think, I think as an organization we're moving forward. But yes, maybe this is something which we have to address into the international level, which you maybe have to bring into the notice for all the other devotees you are teaching such a course. But it's beautiful and it's very,
in
very
Malaysia,
important.
I emphasize that whoever teaching this course, I say make sure you teach these things.
Yes.
So whoever's doing this course, just two others is teaching this course, and I always communicate with them and I tell them these are you have to know.
It's very important.
Yeah. So we keep the same standard of knowledge that we teach to everybody.
Yes.
So they don't get different.
Because everybody will be benefited by that.
Yeah.
So that there will not misunderstanding.
Exactly.
And of course, you should leave the channel open with them. Anytime in the future you have any question on any subject, means my WhatsApp is there.
Yes.
Just send me a note and I will try to reply. If I cannot, I'll find from Banu Maharaj and some other people. Because sometimes in our life there are different influence, misconception, doubt can come.
Yeah.
Can come.
And there are more facilities now compared to what previously during Prabhupada's
20 years
time.
ago there was nothing.
Yeah, now there's so much facility
Zoom,
for communication.
You can make a call in WhatsApp anytime you want. So
exactly.
It's not an issue, So the communication should be very open.
Yes.
And should be very, down to earth.
Yeah.
We can address anybody's problem.
And nobody should be complaining, I'm not able to get the mercy, I'm not able to get guidance nowadays.
No way. I think it's a constant effort. What I see myself, personally, I say, because I've been traveling with His Holiness Banu Maharaj, by His grace, I learned a lot of things. But it's our constant effort. It's like Prabhupada say that, you can beat the iron, but if you make the iron hot, you can mold it into any shape you want. Or if you put the iron next to the fire, it takes the same fire quality. So it's a constant effort from the side of the disciple or a follower of Lord Chaitanya to always improve ourselves.
Exactly.
Every day
It's
we
our
learn
responsibility.
something. There is nobody who will say, "Okay, I reached, I did it. I don't talk to me because I know everything." Nobody
Yeah.
should think
Nobody,
like that.
no.
And also
Exactly.
because Krishna gives this perception of
I mean,
the
even
self.
Srimati Radharani herself,
Yeah,
she always trying to improve herself.
always.
She is showing the example.
She said, if there is any other gopi that Krishna likes most, I will become a servant of the gopi. I'll tell her to go and please Krishna. So
Exactly.
that's the mood of the
That is a
Vaishnava.
mood.
And if we are always thinking, I'm dasa anudas, I'm servant of the servant, and approach the movement with the service attitude and open dance of mind, and thinking, like my grandfather taught me, think you are the last chariot of the wheel.
Yes.
Don't put yourself in the front, be in the
Yeah.
back,
Yeah.
and think until the moment of your death, you can still learn something. So if
Exactly.
the mood is there,
Yeah.
although I know something and I can help somebody else, but still I think I don't know anything because Krishna consciousness is unlimited.
Unlimited.
There is no one can say, no one can say,
Yeah.
I reached the top, and now this I have Krishna Prema, don't bother me,
Yeah.
don't come near me, don't tell me anything. No.
No, definitely no.
And even when we go back to the spiritual world, we work under some gopi
Yes.
or under some other
Exactly.
guru or disciple. We are always learning from them how to
Yeah.
address and how to serve, how to be, in Krishna consciousness. So it's
True.
wonderful.
Like we say, Janme Janme Prabhu say, this is like
Life
our
after
service to the
life.
spiritual master and the Vaishnavas.
Life after
Life
life.
after life, we are never done our debt
Never.
with the Guru.
Unlimited.
Unlimited. Totally indebted,
Shanti Prabhu, I can talk to you for many, many hours, but our time is running over. I know you're busy and it's almost 12 o'clock. So do you have any last message for the people who are listening to this Radio Mayapur?
Gauranga! Chant the name of Gauranga. That it is the solution, that is the ultimate, that is the shelter.
Jai.
That is my only message I can share.
Thank you so
That
much.
is my savior. Everything today is simply by chanting Guru Maharaj's instruction, chant the name of Gauranga.
Jai.
I follow this and I'm so happy, I'm so blissful in Krishna
You are a
consciousness.
very blissful person. I hope one day I'll become more blissful. I mean, as blissful as you.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Gopi.
Thank you so much, Prabhu, for giving
Shanti
me this
Prabhu, it's
opportunity.
been a great pleasure to be with you. It's always a great pleasure to meet you here when I come to Malaysia. I feel part of your family. I feel part of this temple. You give us so much nice facility and opportunity to preach and to take nice prasadam. And thank you for everything.
Thank
so
you so
please do
much.
come and visit Mayapur whenever you can and be with us. Thank
Sure.
you for Radio Mayapur and see you next time.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Jai Srila Prabhupada ki
Jai.
Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki
Jai.
Gaur Premanande
Hari Hari
Hari
Bol.
Bol.
You're listening to Radio Mayapur with the best devotional, meditation, kirtan music, and inspirational podcast. This is Radio Mayapur.